Namaste. Welcome to the ShintoSE yoga experience. We'll just see if we that helps a bit, doesn't it? So we want to do that thing for the full moon at 7:16, and we'd had dinner and we were relaxing, having a cup of tea, and we just looked down at our phone. It was like just turned 7:16, and we went and just quickly went over, and a whole beautiful little manifestation thing transpired. We ended up howling as well, and that was for our a poem for every night of the year, getting us to show up every day, well, every night, every day, and then the book reading. But yeah, twice a day, every day for a year, we've got to show up for. That's going to keep us present and show our commitment to ourselves. So it's quite a heavy book again. Chakra Yoga. Anadia Judith's Chakra Yoga. Anadia Judith, PhD, author of the best-selling Wheels of Life. Actually, that was one of the We're not going to read it, but we'll show it to you. It was one of the books we were going to read. It's the cover's a bit broken. Highly recommend it. The Wheels of Life. It has oh wow, has loads of brilliant, pretty Indian pictures in it. This makes us very happy. We've just found some pretty treasures. Sri Durga. Leo full moon. Ambaji. Another Sri Durga. Yeah, that's cool. No recollection of them whatsoever. Interesting. So yeah, it's got lots on each chakra. So it's got lots of different diagrams. So for instance, we'll show you chakra 1. If not damaging the book too much. So you've got like the Sanskrit name, Muladhara, meaning, root chakra, location, perineum, base of spine, element earth, function, survival, grounding, inner state, stillness, firmer, stability, outer manifestation, solid, glands, adrenal, other body parts, legs, feet, bones, large intestine, malfunction, obesity, hemorrhoids, constipation, sciatica, degenerative arthritis, anorexia, nervosa, knee troubles, colour red, sense smell, seed sound, lamb, vowel sound, ooh, oh, rope, oh, petals 4, vam, sam, tarot suit, pentacles, Sephira, Melkuth, planet, Saturn and Earth, metal, lead, foods, proteins and meats. It's interesting, we just did the protein book before, didn't we? Corresponding verb, I have, yoga path, hatha, herbs for incense, cedar, gemstones, lodestone, ruby, garnet, bloodstone, gunner, tamas, animals, elephant, ox, bull, symbolisms, 4 red petals, yellow square, downward pointing triangle, Shiva lingam, around which Kundalini is coiled 3 1/2 times, white elephant, 8 arrows outward above the bija, which is the seed syllable, is the child Brahma and the Shakti Dakini. Deities, Hindu, Brahma, Dakini, Ganesha, Kubera, Uma, Lakshmi, Prisni. Other, Gaia, Demeter, Persephone, Erda, Ereshkigal, Anat, Seredwen, Geb, Hades, Prel, Dumizi, Tammuz, Atlas. Archangel Oriel, Auriel, chief operating force, gravity. And then it has, we're going to have to give you some love book, aren't we? Got a picture of the legs with the nerve systems going down. That's the type of thing we visualize. We don't visualize because we don't see anything, but we think back to a picture like this and imagine that and tree roots going right down into the earth, linking up with other tree roots, linking up with the mycophylla, going right down to the core and then coming back up again. And sometimes you get really interesting feelings and sensations going on. And then it gives like the picture, which it just described, and then lots of other information, but I'm going to stop that now because it's starting to fall apart. We've got here another really great one, and this one was just like so bang on when you read. So for instance, we've just opened it on brown bear, similar principle, but rather than the Hindu philosophy, which is kind of, we see the Hindu philosophy and the Sanskrit as more of a higher vibration. This is more a shamanic, earthly vibration, but same principle. So for instance, you've got the birth date, brown bear birth dates, 22nd of August to 21st of September, 19th of February to 20th of March in the Southern Hemisphere. Earth influence, the harvesting time, influencing wind, the south winds, totem mouse, direction, south, southwest, predominant elements, earth with water, elemental clan, turtle, earth, clan, function to modify, plant totem violets, mineral totem topaz, feelings, intention, nature, sex drive, compatibilities, conscious aim, subconscious desire, I Ching, Triam, trigram. And then when you go in to read it, it tells you the earth, it tells you each one, the solar influences, the earth influences. Then you have like the child, the parent, romance and sex, health. We just ripped it. Birth and annual totem. So yeah, it's a more of a shamanic roundy one, but both of those are really good books. And the earth medicine one, yeah, just so spot on with describing the personality traits. So Anodia's understanding and interpretation of the chakra system blew my mind and heart wide open and deeply influenced my personal yoga practice as well as my teaching. Sean Korn. Anadia Judith's Chakra Yoga, it's really heavy. Chakra Yoga is a wonderful companion to her decades of books and teachings, providing exploration through yogic methods for liberating, transforming, and balancing our energetic body and life. It is a gift to the world. Shiva Ray, founder of Prana Vinyasa and author of Tending the Heart Fire. 7 Keys to Awakening the Divine Within. As the architecture of the soul, the chakra system is the yoke of yoga, the means whereby mind and body, heaven and earth, and spirit and matter are joined together in the divine union that is the true meaning of yoga. In this long-awaited book by acclaimed chakra expert Anadia Judith, you will learn how to use yoga's principles and practices to awaken the subtle body of energy and connect with your highest source, using 7 vital keys to unlock your inner temple. You will be guided through practices that open and activate each chakra through postures, bioenergetic exercises, breathing practices, mantras, guided meditation, and yoga philosophy, with beautiful color photographs for each of the poses, along with guidelines for deeper alignment and activation of the energy body. This book is a valuable resource for teachers and students alike. And as I said, with our dyslexia, it's just the coloured pictures and having, I mean, that's why we love the Key Poses of Yoga by Ray Long and the key muscles. And then we've got the back bends ones, the forward bends, the twists. There's 4 others along with those 2. And they're fab because they're perfect for visual learners. We've got one of them up on this channel. And you look at them, I'm not sure if it's the muscles or the poses, but when it does the poses, it has blue, 2 shades of blue and 2 shades of red. We can't remember exactly which way around it is at the moment, but let's say the blue is what you are activating. So the darker color blue are the muscles in the pose. The muscles in the pose that are working hardest are dark blue, and the muscles that are still activating but not as much are lighter shade. And then the red ones, you've got the darker red ones which are stretching the most, and then the lighter shade of red, they're stretching but not as much, because every time you do a movement, there's always 2 muscles working, 2 muscles in synergy together. So when you get your bicep to go, your biceps, it actually feels like we've got a bit of bicep going on. That's a good sign. Your bicep activates and works, so that would be blue. And then your tricep would be red because your tricep stretching, whereas the other way around, your tricep, which gives you the rings, would be activating, and your bicep would be stretching, so that would be blue and that would be red. But it does all the muscles that are in the yoga pose for the pose that's been done, and that's how we learned a lot of our yoga visually. Here you've got colour pictures, not in the same context, they're just literally colour pictures, and each section's colour coordinated to the chakra that you're working on. For decades, I have been waiting, wishing, longing for such a book as Anadia Judith's Chakra Yoga. As always, with Anadia, the book is exquisitely presented, deep, practical, inspiring, easy to follow, contemporary, a must-have. Enjoy the ride. We were howling in that one earlier. And we did because because it's just like close your eyes, and came out with this whole metaphor about the T-square that's going on at the moment with the full moon. I forget which one's in Taurus, but you've got the sun in Aquarius along with Jupiter and Saturn conjunct. So you've got that expansion and contraction together, really giving us that balance between the oscillations of expansion and contraction, to really navigate and get the ebb and flow of the energies. And then you've got the moon in Leo opposite Aquarius. And then at 90 degrees, you've got something in Taurus, which I can't remember what it is. And then, so you've got a T-square on, which are challenging energies, but to release it all, you then have Scorpio energies to release it. And Scorpio is the death and rebirth transformation ruled by Pluto, but I'm not sure where Pluto is. And so they're challenging energies. But if we learn, like we were saying in one of our other videos, to go with the flow of the energies, and once we mastered that, we can then navigate the flow of energy. So if the energies are pulling us one way, we can work at an angle, and when we get really good at it, we can work at the opposite energies to really get maximum output, most ease. The same phrase as maximum output, minimum effort, but positive connotation. And we were describing it about how, yes, they're challenging waves to ride, challenging energies to ride, but we are smart, you the watcher and us, and we have chosen the beach that's facing the right direction with the offshore wind, so that we get the cleanest, smoothest, largest wave to ride. So yeah, we were quite chuffed. Anna Dia Judith, PhD, is the founder and director of Sacred Centers and a groundbreaking thinker, writer and spiritual teacher. She holds master and doctoral degrees in psychology and human health. Anna Dia spends much of her time teaching, offering workshops and trainings across North America, Central America, and Europe. Praise for Anna Dia Judith's Chakra Yoga. Anna Dia's understanding and interpretation of the chakra system blew my mind and heart wide open, and deeply influenced my personal yoga practice as well as my teaching. She is the teacher's teacher, the high priestess of sacred depth work, and a true pioneer in making these ancient practices accessible and meaningful in our contemporary world. Sean Korn, founder of Off the Mat Into the World. Chakra Yoga is a wonderful embodied companion for Anna Dia Judith, pioneering decades of chakra books and teachings, providing exploration through asana, pranayama, bandhas, mantra, and visualization as the yogic methods for liberating, transforming, and balancing our energetic body and life. A gift to the world. Shiva Ray, founder of Prana Vinyasa and author of Tending the Heart Fire. And we've got 1, 2, 3 more pages. With the utmost respect for the roots of classical yoga, and yet with a clear Western psychological approach, Anna Dia brings another pearl to the string of knowledge proposed in her now classic Wheels of Life. These are now the actual steps in the chakra roadmap to fullness that she so clearly delineates in her teachings. Thanks, Anna Dia. Antonio Solstice, author of Yoga for Grief Relief, Simple Practices to Transforming Your Grieving Mind and Body. And there's the author there. And it actually looks like a natural smile. You know, when you get pictures of people and they're just doing that, like, I don't know, can't do it. Mind you, the more we look at it, the more it doesn't. Mars time energies. About the author, Anna Dia Judith, PhD, is the founder and director of Sacred Centers, a teaching organization that promotes sacred knowledge for the transformation of individuals and cultures. www.sacredcenters.com. A groundbreaking thinker, writer, and worldwide spiritual teacher. Her passion for the realization of untapped human potential matches her concern for humanity's impending crisis. Her fervent wish is that we wake up in time. She holds master's and doctoral degrees in psychology and human health, with advanced certification in yoga and lifelong studies of mind-body medicine, mythology, history, psychology, systems theory, and mystic spirituality. Anna Dia is considered the country's foremost expert on the chakras and therapeutic issues. She teaches worldwide with workshops and trainings offered across the United States, Canada, Europe, Asia, and Central America. So, for instance, I think the importance now when I'm reading this, because we've got another one, but it's this is a bit more simple and basic. I think the other one's more, I don't know, this has got a, from a learning perspective from us, it's not meant any kind of derogatory term whatsoever, but this looks more simpler and easier for us younger olders to navigate, whereas the other chakra book we've got feels like it's more for the adult ones of us. And this will connect into, I think, the 52-week workbook we've got for the chakras with Tori Hart, with the chakra oracle cards and the chakra tarot cards. So then we've got the kiddies with the oracle cards, the older kiddies with the tarot cards, and the adults. The workbook for like the teenagers and bringing it together, and then the adult ones of us, but also with the chakras to bring in this as well as the yoga. So it's working with different learning different learning senses, different learning modalities, color, picture, writing, and audio, because I think there's normally a bit of audio with these. So it's combining a lot together. Disclaimer. This book contains suggested yoga practices and is not intended to replace necessary medical attention from a qualified healthcare provider. Consult your physician before engaging in any new exercise program. Not every exercise is recommended for every person or condition, and caution should be used in engaging with any physical practice that is unfamiliar. If you are new to yoga, the postures within these pages are best learned from a live class with a qualified instructor. Do not continue anything that causes pain or aggravates a current condition. No guarantees are made for any results from this program, and no liability is assumed for any direct or indirect damages that may result. The information in this book is to be used carefully and at your own risk. Contents. List of postures by chakra. Acknowledgements. Welcome to the journey. The yoke of yoga. Opening the inner temple. I mean, even this we love, not like they've even gone to the effort in the content to colour code the words of each chakra and chapter. And we just love that type of thing. So chakra 1's in red, for instance. Chakra 1, enter. Chakra 2, align. Chakra 3, activate. Chakra 4, soften. Chakra 5, attune. Chakra 6, illuminate. Chakra 7, awaken. Integrate. Glossary of Sanskrit terms. Index. And so then you have chapter 1, postures by chakra. Chakra 1. I can't, it's heavy. Chakra 2, we can't do that no more, sorry, it hurts. We'll do it once more just so you can see. We'll hold it up differently. So you've got the chakra 3, the heart 1, 4 and 3. So we'll just quickly read out the poses in each chakra. Chakra 1, Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Tadasana, staff pose. Brahmanasana, table pose. Basic bioenergetic grounding. Apanasana, knees to chest pose. Opening the leg channels. Supta Padangusthasana, reclining hand to big toe pose. Setubandha Sarvangasana, bridge pose. Salabhasana, locust and half locust pose. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. I hope we've got these right. We did spend years learning them. It's been a while. High lunge pose. Ardha Hanumanasana, reverse lunge. Utkatasana, awkward chair pose. Utkata Konasana, goddess squat. We've not heard of that one before. Vrukshasana, tree pose. Utthita Hasta Padangasasana, extended hand to toe pose. Virasana and Supta Virasana, seated and reclining hero pose. Siddhasana, baby cradle pose. Jano Shashasana, head to knee forward bend. This is one of our favourites. Paschimottanasana, seated forward bends. Balasana, child's pose. Shavasana, corpse pose. Chakra 2, pelvic pulses, pelvic breath, windshield wiper legs, knee circles, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle or butterfly pose. Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. Sukirandarasana, eye of the needle pose. Jatara Parivartanasana, Jatara Parivartanasana, knee down twist. Open leg twists. Baddha Konasana, bound angle or cobbler pose. Upavistha Konasana, open leg forward fold. Agnisthambasana, not heard that one either before. Ajni Stambasana, fire log or double pigeon pose. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Ajanayasana, deep lunge. Uttan Pistasana, lizard or humble warrior pose. Open leg child's pose to hanging cobra. Ekapada Kapotalasana, pigeon pose. Supta Baddha Konasana, savasana with open legs. Chakra 3, Uddiyana Bandha, upward abdominal lock. It's got to be find Sanskrit easier. Standing side stretch. Virabhadrasana, warrior 1. Virabhadrasana, warrior 2. Viparita Virabhadrasana, reverse warrior pose. Virabhadrasana, warrior 3. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Ardha Chandrasana, standing half moon pose. Ardha Chandra Chapasana, sugar cane pose. We're just thinking of the full moon and the sugar blues, but Utthita Pasva Konasana, extended side angle pose. Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog pose. Palakasana, plank pose. Paripurna Navasana, boat pose, desk or table pose. Purvottanasana, inclined plane pose. Vasithasana, side plank. Paragasana, 1, gate pose. Salabhasana, locust pose. Dharanasana, bow pulling pose. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half lord of the fishes or seated twist pose. Savasana, corpse pose. Chakra 4, Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Kundalini chakra breathing, clearing the nadis. Standing yoga mudra, belt stretch. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Marjanasana, cat pose, and Bittalasana, cow pose. Anahatasana, extended puppy pose. Thread the needle twist. Paragasana 2, half circle pose. Matsyasana, fish pose. Ustrasana, camel pose. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Adho Mukha Virasana, handstand. Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow or wheel pose. Makarasana, crocodile pose. Partner poses. Stand and connect. Massage shoulders and arms. Double arch. Pyramid, restorative Shavasana, lying over a bolster. Chakra 5, Jalandhara Bandha, chin lock. Lateral shoulder stretches, shoulder shrugs, neck stretches. Seated yoga mudra. Setu Bandha Shavasana, bridge pose. Matsyasana, fish pose. Parita Pasva Konasana, revolved side angle pose. Bakasana, crane pose. Kakasana, crow pose. Sasangasana, rabbit pose. Halasana, plow pose. Kanapidasana, ear pressure pose. Salamba Shavangasana, shoulder stand. Nakulasana, mongoose pose. Shavasana, corpse pose. Chakra 6, yogic eye exercises. Drawing the line in Tadasana. Virabhadrasana, warrior 3. Parsvottanasana, intense side stretch pose. Garudasana, eagle pose. Makarasana, 2, dolphin pose. Adho Mukha handstand. Pincha Mayurasana, feathered peacock pose. Shavasana, corpse pose. Chakra 7, Natarajasana, dancer pose. Shirasana, headstand. Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow or wheel pose. Shavasana, corpse pose. I'll quickly do the acknowledgements. It is an illusion that yoga is something you do alone on your mat. In truth, everything that we learn has come down to us through a long line of teachers and students, from Patanjali's first lectures over 2,000 years ago to the creative licensed teachers take today as they refine poses and create new traditions. I have never subscribed to any one form of yoga, nor any one teacher, but have taken the attitude that I can learn something from everyone, even a new teacher freshly out of her teacher training. However, there are few leading teachers that stand out and need mention. I would like to acknowledge Swami Satchidananda and his book Integral Yoga Hatha for my very first start in yoga back in 1975. Joseph Lepage introduced me to yoga therapy and gave me my first certification in that discipline. When the going got tough and my health challenges would have kept me off the mat, John Friend kept me inspired, practicing and learning, as did many of the wonderful teachers in the Anusara lineage, such as Siana Sherman, Jonas Westwing, Todd Norian, Martin Kirk and BJ Galvin. Sean Cohen and Shiva Ray continue to raise the bar of what yoga can be and do for the world, for which I am grateful and continually inspired. Rodney Yee has shown me what exquisite teaching is like. Matthew Sanford puts to shame anyone who allows themselves to be limited by disabilities and keeps me transcending my own. Bikram and Summit Yoga have allowed me to sweat out the years of antibiotics and toxins that have helped my yeah, we're doing that, aren't we? Except hot yoga wasn't good for us with the EDS. Bikram and Summit Yoga have allowed me to sweat out the years of antibiotics and toxins that have helped my healing. Kripalu Yoga Center has been a consistent home for my teachings for nearly 2 decades. And I have studied with many excellent teachers there. In the creation of this book, I would like to first acknowledge Bobby Lance of Yutsu Studios and Larry Martinet, her assistants, for the professional photography work and Bobby's patience with sorting through thousands of images. I have only the highest praise for the models, Sarah Jeunesse and Mark Silver, who held difficult poses under bright, hot lights, hour after hour, refining and repeating. Sounds like they are younger. Showing up in spite of other challenges, like being in the middle of moving, and keeping us all laughing and having fun with yoga. I couldn't do any of this without my trusty assistants, Shannon Dean, who manages everything in the Sacred Centre's office so that I can spend time writing and teaching, and Gianna Parada, who helped with some of the fastidious tasks of formatting and other office details. My partner, Ramon Yasyuk, put up with me while I turned the living room into a photo studio and buried myself in my office writing. Thanks to Nini Gridley, who handles the Sacred Centre's certification program and keeps me dancing along the Rainbow Bridge. I would like to give heartfelt appreciation to Cole Weschk for publishing my first book, Wheels of Life, back in 1987. Carl, this book is my thank you for believing in me back when I was a nobody and for helping to put the chakras on the worldwide map of conscious awakening. See, I just want to say no one's a nobody. It doesn't matter if you've got something out in the world and you're recognized by the collective or not. Everyone is someone and everyone has something to offer. It's just different for everyone. Also at Llewellyn, I would like to thank Angela Wicks and Becky Zins for editing and layout. Yeah, that's who these are by. Oh, it says Llewellyn on it. I don't know if it's the same Llewellyn. Maybe Llewellyn's publishing company. And thanks Angela Wicks and Becky Zins for editing and layout, and Bill Krause for pestering me for another book long enough to get me to write this one. Thanks also to publicist Kat Sanborn, who gave me such wonderful support in getting this book out. I would like to thank all the studios and retreat centres that have sponsored my teachings, as the workshops allow me to continually refine this work. And last but certainly not least, the thousands of students who have studied with me, investing their time, money and energy in learning about the chakras, and who have in turn taught me so much. It takes far more than a village to create a body of work, and I am deeply grateful for all who have graced my path of the chakras along the way. And then it goes into welcome to the journey. So yeah, down the line we'll see how that all went. It goes in each section, so we've just opened it up on belt stretch. So you have the belt stretch, you have information, then you have numbers. This exercise came from Celine Vega in our book, The Sevenfold Journey. And the other chakra book I was talking about is The Sevenfold Journey. That's interesting, isn't it? That we opened up on that page. So it's got the instructions like place your hands on the belt, on an inhalation, do this, 3, 4. Then it's got guidelines, and then it has benefits. Opens the shoulders and chest, promotes deeper breathing, strengthens the arms. Then it's got avoid or use caution, shoulder injuries. So it's it's. And then at the back here, I've just opened it up and it's got a posture flow. And I'm guessing they seem to have a different colour mat depending on which chakra you're working on. So that's a 5th chakra flow pose there that goes onto this page, and the mat changes colour. So yeah, we'll look forward to getting on with that book and working on the whole package and letting you know how it goes. Namaste. Welcome to the Shinto yoga experience with Shinto self-empowerment, and I'm Zanoni Snowflake.